welcome to your weekly horoscope and tarot reading with me, Natalie, spelled Natalee. If someone has sent you this video, they believe there's something valuable for you to gain through one or a few of the messages contained herein. If this is your first time viewing an astrology video, a horoscope is a forecast for future events just like the weather forecast, except a horoscope's delineation is based on the planet's position and relationships in the week ahead. This weekly horoscope is a unique blend of Western tropical astrology interpretation and what I see when I remotely view into the astrology. If this is your first time viewing a tarot reading, just observe your own body, thoughts, and emotions for any reactions, subtle or strong. This means you are resonating with the message and can benefit from its guidance. If you'd like to know when I upload or live stream new messages here on the YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to this channel, WatchNatalee. To connect on social media, you can follow me on the TikTok, same handle, WatchNatalee. Please block and report any other accounts. Lastly, always remember that time spirals. All my readings are timeless, and you can learn more about me, my psychic work, how to retain my services, and how to do your own special forecasting down below in the description box. And that there are timestamps there too for easy navigation. Without further ado, let's open up your week. Monday, June the 27th. We have Mercury in Gemini, sextiling Chiron in Aries, and Mars in Aries, sextiling Saturn retrograding in Aquarius. So I'm calling this day momentum. You can use these sextiles to get a lot done and to create a lot of forward momentum on something that's very important to you. On the conscious level, you can use this Mercury sextiling over to Chiron to stay open-minded, because that could actually bring you a lot of relief. It could shed some new insight or some new light, and there might even be data, actually hard data that comes into your life that makes you look at something that was maybe painful a little bit differently, and that could of course lead to some healing. On the flip side of that, on the unconscious level, this information, this data that you get coming in, it could make you hyper aware of your insecurities or hyper aware of how cringe you're feeling, and that of course could lead to some spiraling onto your insecurities or whatever it is making you feel sort of cringe. I remotely viewed into this and I saw that contraption where you make this bottle thing, and you know what it is. It's where flies get in, but then they can't figure out how to get out of the bottle. That's what she showed me for that aspect. So definitely anything that comes up on a Monday that might make you feel, like I'm saying, cringe or insecure or just a little bit off kilter, use that for actually broadening your perspective and broadening your mind and not focusing so much on how crummy you may feel. I love this Mars-Saturn sextile because this is the energy that's going to help you come into a new level of maturity, looking at the situation or looking at whatever this is that you're feeling. On the conscious level, you can use this to make the headway on the goals and to build up that momentum to achieve these goals. What I like about this is that it's motivation and pacing at the same time. So I don't see that you're going to burn yourself out. I don't see that you're going to take on too much. I don't see you crumbling under the pressures or under the weight of your ambitions. This is an aspect that's going to help you get a lot of it done and take it apart piece by piece and make some great headway. The unconscious, lower vibrational, denser manifestation of this energy is the crystallizing of the ego. There could be some opportunism. There could be using the ego and using the unhealthy ego to sort of get your way or to make that headway. And so the motivation is going to be your choice. It's going to be how you're using this energy that's going to make all the difference in your end result. Tuesday, June the 28th. I'm calling this day Incantations because here we are at the Cancer new moon of the year. This is a beautiful new moon. It really is. It's very exciting. I'm calling this one Taking Charge. I talked about it in the June monthly. All of the July monthlies are up over on the Patreon and the nights here and above. This Cancer new moon is happening at 7 degrees, and the tightest aspect that it's making is in this square to 7 degrees of Jupiter over in Aries. Over the next 6 months, you're going to have a lot of dynamic tension to build, especially over these next 2 weeks. This is looking like a very big growth spurt. So whatever it is that you're so excited about, and this is going to be something you cannot miss because your heart is going to be very invested. Emotionally, you're going to feel very in tune with whatever it is that is leading you to your next thing, this next passion, this next situation. You can't miss it. You definitely can't miss it. With this square to Jupiter, there's a lot of optimism. There's a lot that's propelling you. There's a lot that is feeding you very positive motivation, because this is led with your heart. It's also tied in with your passions and your ambitions. So whatever you are starting in this Cancerian area of life, it gets this huge boost of enthusiasm from this Jupiter square. And personally, I like squares. I like squares a lot because it gives you more energy to do with it. None of these aspects are inherently good or bad. It's just how you use them. And the level with which you use them is going to be determined on how conscious and aware you are of yourself, of your environment, of when you're engaging with your environment, and when you're quantum entangling with everything else around you, and when you are putting up those boundaries to disconnect and you're just working with your own energies, and you can kind of understand what it is that's happening in the moment, or understand what you're looking at when you're looking at something. Anything that does come up over the first 2 weeks of this new moon, and then, you know, over the next 6 months to its corresponding full moon in Cancer, any of these little obstacles, any of these little hiccups, anything at all, you have this energy to overcome it, and you'll be able to overcome these little obstacles or these little hurdles with the right attitude. That's what Jupiter in Aries is giving to you, and you're not going to have this forever. This Jupiter in Aries is going to station retrograde, going to go back into Pisces, going to station direct in Pisces, and then re-enter the sign of Aries. Make the absolute most of it with this Jupiter and Aries energy. Yes, there might be a tendency to overdo, overcompensate, over-exaggerate, get so big. However, it's how you're using it. So you don't want to apply that energy, of course, to entertain negative feelings or to take on a very pessimistic attitude. You want to use this energy to apply it to a work of art, or to a creative process, or to feeling really optimistic to overcome something that's difficult that you're dealing with. So it's how you use the energies. Just be careful of excess, because it's going to be something we want to do. We're going to want to go to the excess, that's all. Also happening this day on Tuesday, we have Neptune stationing retrograde until December the 3rd is when they're going to station direct. And so they're retrograding in Pisces. When a planet stations retrograde or direct, it's a very powerful time. So here you are planting some seeds, trying to make some big gains in something. You've got this beautiful square to Jupiter that is giving you the energy to overcome every obstacle with the right attitude. You're very emotionally involved, and it's happening on a Neptune station. So something about your vision is coming up to the surface of your awareness, and it's being revealed kind of like a magic trick. So with a magic trick, something looks one way, and then some stuff happens, and then it looks a totally different way. It's not exactly what was presented to you. And it can go a couple of different ways. It could be that something looks better than it did before. Bottom line is that things are going to look different. Things are going to look different, and they're either going to look better than you thought that they looked, or they're going to look a little bit distorted. And it's going to be up to you. You might have some mixed feelings about this. You might be like, whoa, that's a doozy. You know, this could even be challenging other visions or other ideas or other beliefs, spiritual beliefs that you've had about things. And I'm going to say just go with it, because some things will look very sharp after having looked very vague and ambiguous, and then other things are going to be thrown into the ambiguity, thrown into confusion, thrown into doubts, and thrown up to be reconsidered. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's how you're using all this energy. If things look a little bit distorted, hopefully it's for the creative way, and it's for the entertaining, or something that is changing the way it looks so that it opens your mind to getting into something that's good for you and healthy for you, such as maybe opening your mind to a new health protocol or health routine. You know, these are the rose-colored glasses, so it's going to be kind of a big, don't take anything very super duper seriously on that day. Just see where it goes. Say, I like this, I'm going to see where it goes, or I don't like this, I'm going to see where it goes. So just hold off, especially because it's like the day of the new moon, and you want to give the new moon a couple of days to gain some light to see where this is going. Also on that day, we have an approaching Mars square Pluto. That's going to be going on all week. And we also have Venus in Gemini sextiling Jupiter in Aries, this is nice. Being curious makes you lucky, basically. When you open your mind, you listen to other people's point of view, you take in other perspectives, it could bring you some luck. It could make you kind of lucky. The unconscious manifestation, the lower vibration, denser manifestation of that energy is that gossips could spread their gossip. People could be prone to exaggeration, which is still a lie. Keep that in mind because that's also the same day that Neptune stations. This could have people sort of deluding themselves or just being confused, whether it's by mistake and someone forgets to file something or someone just doesn't proofread something and it was like an innocent mistake, or on the worst end that people are being outright deceptive. If you stay in your integrity, if you stay committed to the truth, then you will know, number one, the timing of the astrology to wait this out to see where this is going. You will also have the benefit of this Venus-Jupiter sextile, which is saying to stay open and flexible and open-minded. And with that Jupiter in Aries, that righteousness, the correct righteousness, kind of that highest perspective of what is correct and what is right and what is respectful of the individual, so long as everything being advocated is for every individual's equal rights, and you know, Aries being like a very blunt, honest sign, so long as everything is very transparent and out on the table, should go well. You should make it through. The fact that we're building towards the exact alignment of this Mars square Pluto, it does tint the week with this. It could feel ominous, it could feel sexual, it could feel important and intense, and it could feel like everything's on the line. It could feel all of these things and more. Everyone's ire is getting just really stirred up. Find definitely a physical outlet to channel some of this energy, because you're going to have a lot of energy, everyone around you is going to have a lot of energy, and without at least part of the physicality, it's just going to stay inside your body and internalize, and it'll just ping pong around, and it might even devolve into paranoid delusions and suspicions, and you know, so don't let yourself stew on anything, especially if they have any of that, because this is a week where when anyone trying to control anyone else or trying to manipulate anyone else or try to manipulate a situation, they're going to end up feeling shame, they're going to end up feeling very guilty, and it's going to blow up. Like that blowback, it's going to be later in the month. It's not going to be, well, actually for some of you it will be like right away, but it'll be on or around or after, right around Friday. You're still going to be in that energy, so just keep that in mind from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, that if you're feeling that feeling, it has to get out and you got to do something with that feeling. Wednesday, June the 29th, I'm calling this day sourced, because basically the moon in Cancer is sextiling Uranus and Taurus, and this I'm getting just get your downloads. Just find some quiet time with yourself, meditate, sit with yourself, calm your body down, get into a nice relaxed state, breathe. Just get your downloads, and it's going to be through your emotions. It's going to be through your feelings. And there could be some surprises there. You could tune into a feeling and find a new feeling there. You could tune into a topic or situation and you could get a new feeling there. That's what I'm getting for Wednesday, sourced. Make sure to spend a little bit of time at some point tuning into your feelings, because that could actually get you some answers and you have like this direct line to source. Thursday, June 30th. I'm calling this day committed. Basically, the moon in Cancer is doing a couple things. The moon in Cancer is trining Neptune retrograding in Pisces, squaring Mars in Aries, and then opposing Pluto retrograding in Capricorn. The moon trining Neptune in Pisces retrograde, that is very connected to your destiny through your heart space. You're very connected through your feelings, through your emotions, and you're connecting to the bigger vision. So Neptune just stationed retrograde, you're feeling this out. You're feeling out maybe a different vision for your life, or seeing how something can go in a different way. This is again going to kind of go off of Wednesday's getting your downloads. On a Thursday, you could get more of the vision coming together. So let yourself daydream, let yourself imagine, let yourself snooze, let yourself stay in those trance states, let yourself sort of be in that very imaginative space, and making it feel real to you could be even more effective. And you can find that you do that easier, where maybe before, if you imagine nice things, it was hard to feel it. It was hard to actually feel what you were trying to get yourself to feel. But on this kind of energy, you'll be able to convince yourself even more so, because the body is the unconscious mind. The moon squaring Mars in Aries, you'll have to change your actions and disregard the old actions, the old ways of doing things, the old ways of getting things. Something's just not working. And that's the same thing with the ongoing Mars squaring Pluto this entire week, is that something is just not working. A way of doing something is not working, and it's stirring people up. It's getting everyone kind of upset. We're getting there. We're getting there. But just know that on Thursday, that moon squaring Mars, you're going to be very emotionally agitated because you might be feeling very forced and pushed, and you're not going to like that. No one wants to feel forced and pushed. We want to do things when we're ready to do things, and we're usually not ever ready to do things. So, you know, but this is that energy that is making you uncomfortable. It's creating that discomfort to mobilize you, to get you to like go and do the things. And then on the opposition to Pluto, expect huge mood swings. So just expect Thursday people to be very confused and upset and feeling cornered and cagey, and they might just project that all onto you. You might catch it. So just be careful on that Thursday. Tensions are heightening by the time you get to Thursday. So in that opposition to Pluto, big mood swings, wait them out. Don't take action on that energy. Again, anyone trying to control others or the situations or manipulate others or the situations, backlash is going to feel especially embarrassing and especially sharp and stinging. Friday, July the 1st. Happy July, everybody. Here we go. We have, I'm calling this day Kaboom, and that's because Mars is squaring Pluto exact. Mars in Aries is squaring Pluto in Capricorn. It's also the day that the moon in Leo is going to trine Jupiter in Aries. However, you know, the CERN machine's back on and they're going to start colliding particles right around this time. Hopefully we all wake up the next morning on the same timeline, but if we wake up and we're on different timelines, this is the last video that we're going to have on the same timeline together. We'll see how that goes. I'm calling this Kaboom because it is quite explosive. It really is. Like I said, tensions are going to be very heightened. It's going to be because people are feeling forced to take action that they really don't want to take. They're going to be feeling forced into a corner, very cagey. This pressure is forcing that action, but it's not the way that action's been taken before, and that's the point. And I feel like that's probably why people are going to be feeling so upset, is because number one, they don't want to take any action. Number two, the actions that they're willing to take are the ones that they've done before. And number three, they know that that doesn't work anymore. So they're frustrated of being forced to innovate and come up with a new course of action or a new strategy or a new way of doing things or a new way of initiating things that they've never done before. They've never tried to figure out a new way of doing it, but now that the pressure's on, maybe there's some kind of restriction. Maybe there's an authority or an authority figure or an institution that is trying to force things and force everyone to be a certain way or to behave a certain way or to act a certain way, and that's not working either. So, you know, I can see this boiling over, huge boiling over energy, especially if there are a lot of people getting together and the mob mentality takes over. Then it's just going to be like, you know, being careful, because it could be, you know, abuse, rape, mayhem, chaos, and destruction, and it could be on a very epic, very large scale. So in your personal life, you cannot act as you have before. You cannot, you have to take a different action. You've got to figure out something new. You're going to feel uncomfortable in both of these areas of life. You may feel like you're forced to do something you don't want to do. I like this energy for very meek, shy people, because you're going to feel this tension as something's going to feel on the line for you, where you've got to stand up for yourself and you don't want to. It's the last thing that you want to do, to advocate for yourself, but everything is just pushing you forward to reclaiming your power, taking your power back and taking care of business. And so that's kind of the context that I want you to see all of this in, not to overwhelm or manipulate or control or project onto others, because that's going to be the force that gets the bad blowback. It's going to be the ones that are taking this crunchy energy and innovating the tension, alchemizing the tension into a strength, into the better strategy. Okay, when King Leonidas was faced with some difficult decisions, he had to get creative. He wasn't getting support over here. He wasn't getting support over there. He had to go, okay, I'm going to do this hot gates thing. We're going to funnel everything down to one little tunnel so their numbers count for 0. Taking my 300 bodyguards for a walk. You got to do the same thing. Don't crumble under the pressure, and don't project that onto others. Don't try to control other people or the situation or anybody else Just focus on your own energies, focus on your own frustrations, and focus on your own strategy. And with this moon trining Jupiter, people are going to be so pompous and outsized, and they're going to be ego raging all over the place. So all you have to do is walk through that, holding your integrity, holding your righteousness, staying connected to truth, love, and integrity, and you'll be fine. You just focus on the lesson that you're trying to learn through this tension and through this energy, and overcoming those internal resistances and those internal obstacles that are keeping you from your own empowerment and from doing something or starting something in a new, different way, because it's going to be something you want to resist. It's going to be something uncomfortable. It's going to be something that's going to feel forced. It's going to feel, you know, or on the other hand, it's going to feel very lusty, where you just want to get all up into it and you want to like go balls to the walls, and you might have to wait, or you might have to do it in a very constrained way where you just can't act on your passions all at the same time. So whatever happens to be for you, meditate. Saturday, July the 2nd. Happy Saturday, everybody. I'm calling this day exclusive because we do have Mercury and Gemini doing a couple of things. Trining Saturn retrograding in Aquarius, as well as squaring Neptune retrograding in Pisces. We also have the moon in Leo doing a couple of things, squaring Uranus and Taurus, but also opposing, I didn't write it down here, but it's also opposing Saturn retrograding in Aquarius. I'm getting this exclusive energy because of the Aquarius and the Leo and even the Mercury and Gemini. That Mercury and Gemini trining over to Saturn retrograding in Aquarius, there could be some very mature agreements, some very helpful discussions, especially with your people, and this could be sort of exclusive. That Saturn in Aquarius is stress testing everyone's tribes and friend groups, co-worker groups, creative groups, work, family, tribes, friend tribes, you know, since December of 2020. And they're almost done. Saturn's almost done here. Not quite, but almost. There's still this energy of groups and societies breaking apart, other ones that are breaking in and breaking together, and, you know, mergings of different companies and tribes and things. This could see, when it's the right fit, that it goes so well, that it goes so extremely well. I also actually like the square to Neptune because it could also be better than you thought. You could have had an idea of how it was going to go and it doesn't go that way, but it's better than you thought it was even going to go, or better than you even thought it could be. Use your imagination in a healthy, happy way. Imagine the biggest vision for your life and generate the feeling of what it feels like to be living that life, to be living in that vision. Because the unconscious manifestation, denser, lower vibrational manifestation of this energy could be worries, doubts, fears, insecurities, and neurotic type energy where it just sort of spirals out of control. And, you know, worry is a misuse of the imagination. That's going to be on everyone to choose. That could also, at the very lowest, that could definitely be gossips. Gossips, over-exaggerating, spreading lies, spreading fear, spreading disinformation. On the accidental level, if someone's not consciously aware that they are maybe a compulsive liar, or that they frequently exaggerate, or they frequently misrepresent something, they could even delude themselves into thinking that they're not lying, when in fact they are. They absolutely are, and they don't see it, they don't understand that. Versus the opposite end of that spectrum, where people just are lying and they don't care. You will have to have that discernment about you. You will have to see with knowing eyes, not judgmentally. Remember, we would always rather understand than judge, and it's going to help you also read people and situations and energies a lot better when you don't judge. Otherwise, you're just going to make misjudgments and you're going to act on that energy, and it's going to get you into trouble. Now, with the moon in Leo doing things on the square to Uranus and Taurus, then opposing Saturn in Aquarius, there's some serious energy there. That's very tense energy. It's almost difficult to consider other people, or to consider other people's opinions, or it's sort of emotionally, this is a shorter period because it's just the moon. The moon's not going to make transits that's going to last forever or anything. So it's just going to be throughout the day. It's going to be sort of uncomfortable and tense to consider other people's opinions, or to consider other perspectives. You're just gonna wanna hold to your own, whatever your tribe is thinking and doing, like whatever your vibe is, you're gonna kind of want to stay there. You're gonna so there might be a little bit of agitation, but nothing that I don't see cannot be worked out with that beautiful Mercury trine to Saturn. So long as you stay in your integrity, so long as you stay transparent and open and honest and clear as possible, you should be fine. Sunday, July the 3rd. I'm calling this day Ratpack. On Sunday, we have the moon in Leo trining over to Mars in Aries. This is so nice. You get the band back together again and you go off on an adventure of fun. So do something physical, go off, have an adventure, grab your best friends, just have fun, play, let everything go, let everything fall to the wayside. You've held your own, you've held your integrity, you've done the thing, you've gotten through the burning acidic type energies of the Mars square. Like, you earned it. You had a long week. You've earned it. Go have some fun. Be imaginative. Be creative. Just for the sake of play. Just for the sake of play. Let's see what the tarot has for you. Okay, Monday, June the 27th to Monday, July the 4th. Tell us about it. What's going on? What can we expect? What messages am I here? Beautiful. We have the star. There is something very special happening here. Very special week this week. So, oh wait, there's another one. And the Hierophant. Where did he come from? The Hierophant. I didn't even see that one fall out. I just saw the star fall out. So now we have the Hierophant and we have the star. This is interesting because here we have this very healing energy, very meditative, very soft energy that is just safe and comforting. Meeting with this energy of structure and institution, hierarchy, and the outer forms of religion. People seeing you go into the church, the robes that you wear, anything you wear that identifies you with a specific tribe or a specific institution. I kind of like to see this together because there could be something solidifying, such as a dream or a wish or a creative project, anything that is very inspiring to you, whether this is a relationship or a situation, or like I said, something that you are creating for yourself. You seem to be able to give this form and structure. So you get to know someone better. You take that acquaintance into a friendship. You take that friendship into something more. You take that creative idea that's just been an idea and you draw a picture or you write a poem. You give it some substance. This is also really nice for meeting people because you could meet people that are very different, but they're your people. It's very unique. It's very special. And there might even be something sort of karmic about this because these are both major arcana energies. So there's something a little bit, I'll put it this way. If you see someone that you never met them before, but they feel so familiar to you, and then you start talking and you hit it off right away, you've probably had a lifetime or two in the past where you were different people, but you knew each other. You were different people, but you were connected. You were different people, but you had a relationship. That explains the familiarity, the feeling that you have when maybe you just look at someone's photograph that you've never met before, or you lightly say hi to the barista, or you lightly wave to the neighbor, whoever that happens to be, but they feel very familiar to you. That's why. What else is going on? Ooh, we've got this seven. Yes, it is a seven. The Seven of Wands. Okay, I'm seeing hard work at the top of the Winan building. I've been kind of seeing that a little bit lately, so that's kind of funny that this comes in. I'm gonna say, fight the good fight. Keep on keeping on. All of the things. Hold your ground, because there might be energies this week that could serve to try and distract you or try to just take you off of your focus, is kind of what I'm getting. I don't think that they can. It looks like you're holding your own very well here. You are getting a higher inspiration, so just trust that whatever you are getting download-wise, whatever you're getting in your meditations, whatever you are seeing with your third eye, whatever you are feeling intuitively, you will need to protect that. It may be criticized by either yourself, by a part of you that is trying to reason, and the instinctual part of you that doesn't want to take any risks. It's a self-preservation human instinct, but you're divine and you're getting this intuitive energy to grow beyond where you had held yourself back. Tell me more. Tell me more about this week opening up. Thank you. Oh my God. You have the Magician and you have the Lovers. I love this. This looks like a match made in heaven. Love this for work and career. Love this for romance and dating, clearly. Love this for creative passion projects. This is a partnership or a connection where you just shine. You are the most creative that you possibly can be. You are the most wizened, the most knowledgeable, the most expansive that you've ever been and that you can be. There's something about this person that opens you up, or opens up maybe even a talent or a skill that you have, that you might have been inspired by it. Maybe you've always wanted to paint, but you never got the stuff for it. And there's something about this person. You will have to defend your want. You will have to defend how you are being intuitively guided. But once you do, you find that you just reap everything. You reap everything. You get so much out of this connection because of what you're able to create. Let's see at the bottom of the deck. 7 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So overall, this week does seem to be about a different approach, a whole new approach, a radical new approach, not doing the same things as before, not doing the same things the same way, not doing the same things with the same people, not at all. This is this is almost like you take a risk and you win. It'll feel uncomfortable, but it's absolutely 100% the right thing to do. You're just doing this cleverly, and you're just doing this with the right, take the calculated risk on the right inspiration, on the right motivation. And it has to be the very highest. It has to be love, truth, and integrity. Saturn's in Aquarius, Pluto being in Capricorn. Staying true to yourself, staying true to integrity, doing the right thing. Just trust that and you'll be protected. Tell me about the Hierophant and the Star, please. Thank you. 4 of Wands, there might be something firming up or healing happening in your home life, maybe even just how you live day to day, or there could be something really nice happening with the family unit itself, or with home and real estate matters. There could be some commitments being made, there could be some healing happening, there could even be some inspiring new ideas in regards to your roommate situation, or where you're living, how you're living, and there could be just the inspiration coming through, but you see where this is going. So take it all very seriously, the dreams and the imagination and what you're creating in your mind's eye. Tell me about the 7. Have 1, and it is the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So you're going to have to work really hard at fighting off fears of loss, fears of lack, fears of rejection. This week, things are unfolding as they're still being built. You're going to have to fight against your own internal insecurities, because the inspiration is taking you exactly to the correct new places that you're wanting to go. You will just have to fight back some fears. And this could even be because there's some kind of risk involved or some kind of chance that you're taking, but it really pays off. There's an opportunity that you may feel a little bit apprehensive about taking, but I'm going to say jump right in. This 5 of Pentacles is a test. It's a test to see if you really believe in this highest and best good for yourself, if you really believe in aligning your life in a certain vibration, such as truth, love, integrity. Tell me about the Lovers and the Magician. I feel like there's definitely this relationship hugely influencing how you're feeling this week. But it just needs a whole different approach, a whole new approach. Either the relationship, how to start the relationship, continue the relationship, or if you're starting a project, or if you're starting a new job differently than you've ever started any new job in your entire past. And we have the 4 of Cups. This is so important. One of the things about this test is that you're also going to have to fight for confidence if other people are feeding you worries and doubts and fears. So these feelings might come up in yourself, in your own rational, logical mind that's trying to self-preserve, or they could be coming through other people, like actual other people that are telling you why something can't work or shouldn't work or won't work, or talking you out of something that you know is good for you. That will take discernment along with this energy here. So that 4 of Cups, clarifying the Magician and the Lover's energy, is saying that it's really going to be up to you to know what to ignore and what to disregard. Having a really good boundary between the outside environment and your creative genius, your capabilities. Honestly, I feel like the messages are going to be so strong for you this week. I feel like you'll know exactly where you're being inspired to go towards, what is motivating you. I feel like you'll be able to accurately clock that opportunity, I feel like you're going to see the feelings inside or the thoughts inside or the people in your environment that are holding you back from this. And the only guidance that I feel from this is to trust in your own revolution, trust in your own radically designed new approach to this thing in your life, and trust yourself to put up boundaries and disregard the outside world, the environment, other people. I feel like you just can't miss it. You're very inspired, you're very moved, you're very excited. You want to do something the very best that you know how. And it's just going to be clear the people around you that are going to help facilitate that, and then the people around you that are just not going to help facilitate that. So this is just empowering you to do what you already feel like you know is best. Any other guidance from the Divine Feather, please, for this week ahead? Thank you. Bottom of the deck, Eagle. You are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. So you might be definitely connecting with someone this week that you have known in a past life, or you might even be connecting with your own higher self or your spirit guides or your ancestors in a new way that they're able to give you more guidance and you're able to get more downloads, and you just have to act on that inspired energy and not act on the human instinctual primal energies. And then the Popper, you have the Hawk. Pay attention, a powerful message is being communicated to you now. So there might be more messages. Sorry, it's backwards, but you're going to get these powerful messages through meditation, through being at home, sitting quietly with yourself. You will have feelings about people this week. You will have your intuitive feelings coming up and telling you things about people or about a new person that you're meeting or getting to know or will be getting to know soon. So my loves, until our next message, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.